day, friends. Maloa here. Today I am going to show you everything that you need to know about setting up your options within Lord of the Rings so that you can be the most effective raider. Alright, the first thing that I want to show you all is how to turn on target assist. To turn on target assist, you go over here to the social panel. You can also just type O and it'll open up the social panel. Then you go over at the top to the raid tab and you make sure that your assist window is turned on. Alright? However, you can see right now I don't have a target assist up anywhere, and that's because as raid leader I have not set one yet. So if you don't see a target assist up, you want to always ask your raid leader to put one up. Right now I'm going to put Incubus up as target assist. As the raid leader, what I would do is I would right click on their name. I would go down to fellowship, because this is a 2-man, not a 12-man. And then I would say add as fellowship assist target. And you can see right here is where my assist window popped up. Now, if I turn off the assist window, it goes away. If I turn it back on, it comes back on. Okay, so right now you can see that Incubus doesn't have any target selected. Alright, so that means that there's nothing to do yet. And now Incubus is going to target a goblin bomber. And you can see it popped up and showed that this is his target. Now, the one way that you can do is to click then on that target, and you will see that that target now appears and shows that I've got that targeted as well. However, you could also, if you have target skill forwarding turned on, which I'll show you in a second, you can just click on Incubus and that'll show you, that'll forward your skills through Incubus to the Goblin Bomber. To set that up, you go to Options and then type forward and then go to Combat Options. And you want to make sure that this Enable Skill Target Forwarding is selected. If I have this turned off, then I must individually select the bomber. If I have this turned on, all I have to do is just go ahead and click Incubus. Okay, so Incubus is now going to kill this bomber, and I'm going to show you that my skills are targeted forwarded. Alright. See, I'm now killing that bomber, and you can see that he's taking damage from all of my damage skills. So in order for this to work most effective, that's how you do it. Now you have an option. You can click Incubus's name in the fellowship panel, or you can click his name here in the assist window. So whenever you hear your raid leader say follow TA or follow target assist, that's what they're meaning. They want to make sure that everybody is on exactly the same target. And so no matter what Incubus is targeted, if he's swapping back and forth, all I have to do is just keep him selected, and thus I will be hitting exactly what he is hitting. That saves me as the DPSer a lot of time, because I don't have to worry about what I'm firing at next, and I can just go ahead and follow along. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is also under combat and options, and this is called, I call it See Target's Target, but if you go to combat options, you want to look for show the vitals of your selection's target. Okay. Incubus is going to target one of the orcs up ahead. Okay, and now if I target Incubus, you can see right above his name here, I have the orc sentry. So this is showing me the target's target. And that's what this tab here is. Show the vitals of your selection's target. You want to make sure that that is turned on. Okay, now Incubus is going to start fighting that orc. And then I will show you also how this is beneficial. Is if I now target that goblin over there, it'll show me who that target is of that tosser. So right now that tosser is doing damage to Yogi, and this is very useful for when you are a healer and you are trying to heal through the boss, to know who you're actually healing. It's also beneficial to know what mob who has aggro on what mob. So right now you see it switched from Yogi to Incubus, so now I know Incubus is tanking, Incubus has the aggro. And that's how you know which of the mobs has aggro on what. The next thing I want to talk about is induction bars. And what that is there's mobs that they'll do inductions and you will need to interrupt them. And there are two color of inductions. There's a gray bar and a yellow bar. The gray bar usually means you cannot interrupt them. The yellow bar means you can. So just to make sure that my settings are correct, you want to go to Options, you want to go to UI Settings, and you want to make sure that Induction Bar Display is checked on. Alright? Then you also need to make sure that your floating names are on. If your floating names are off, you will not see the induction bar. So you must turn your floating names on. The keyboard shortcut for floating names is pressing N. So if I press N, I turn floating names off. If I press it again, I turn it on. It's a toggle switch. Okay, and now I'm going to show you. If you hit Control Alt Backspace on your screen, you will see everything that has place on your screen. Now the induction bar, although it's called induction bar in the options, on your screen it'll actually be this one over here. It'll say target progress bar, and you can click and drag that anywhere you want. I like to have it right here above my skill bar so that I can easily see it and know where to look for it. Gray induction bars cannot be interrupted. However, yellow induction bars can be interrupted. The next one I want to talk about is what buffs and debuffs you see under your name and under the mob's name. And to do that, you go to Options, you go to Social Options, and you have this Effect Display Options. Okay, now the first one here is Fellowship, only show dispellable effects. The next one is only show effects cast by you. As a healer or as a support class, you definitely want to make sure that you have this turned on, because it's an easy way for you to track whether or not your skills are on. So let me target Incubus here. You can see right now he doesn't have any buffs underneath his name, but as soon as I start healing him up, putting up Soliloquy of Spirit, you can see the skills that I have on him start to show up there. Alright, and then the same thing is true for your enemies, that you can put up their dispellable effects and effects cast by you on them as well. So this is completely optional how you want to play, but I find that for me at least, this one is very important to use. Next one is going to be under quick slots. We want to take a look at this right here. Quick slots active animation. I have it right set now to default, and you can see that when I do it, there's a yellow glow around the tab, around the skill that I'm waiting to hit. That's the new method, or you can go back to simple, which was the previous one, where it actually gives you a dotted outline of it. So that's just whatever makes it easier for you to see which skill you've got lined up to go off next. I've kind of gotten used to the yellow glowing thing, so that's what I'm using. And then the last thing is just a few quick keyboard shortcuts. The one that is very easy, best to use, is the F1. So if I hit F1, I'm selecting myself. And so what you're doing here, F1 through F6 will target each member of your fellowship in the order from the top of the bottom, you being at the top. So F1 would be me, F2 would be targeting Incubus, and I can easily swap back and forth between them. This makes it especially much quicker for the healers to heal in their own group, as opposed to wasting time clicking over here or anywhere else on the screen and then coming back down and hitting the healing here. Alright folks, that is it for today. I hope that all of this was instructional and useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.